Should have had 59. SLE is a disease of A. Bones, B. Erythrocytes, C. Connective tissue, D. Joints. Explanation. Systemic lupus erythematosus (SLE) is a chronic autoimmune disease that affects connective tissues throughout the body. It involves immune complex deposition causing inflammation in skin, joints, kidneys, and other organs. Counter 60. Main feature of SLE is red rash over cheeks, butterfly rash, B. Small vesicles, C. Pustules, D. Psoriasis. Explanation. A characteristic butterfly-shaped erythematous rash appears over the nose and cheeks in SLE. It's a key diagnostic feature along with joint pain and fatigue. NAR 61. A structure composed of two or more tissues is called A. Organ, B. Serous membrane, C. Complex tissue, D. Organ system. Explanation. An organ is made up of two or more types of tissues that work together to perform specific functions, e.g. heart, kidney, liver. 62. The smallest functional unit of a muscle is A. Sarcomere, B. Myofibril, C. Muscle fiber, D. Tendon. Explanation. A sarcomere is the structural and functional unit of a myofibril skeletal muscle responsible for muscle contraction. Shaver 63. The contractile protein of skeletal muscle is A. Troponin, B. Tropomyosin, C. Titin, D. Actin. Explanation. Actin and myosin are the primary contractile proteins. Actin forms the thin filaments that interact with myosin to generate contraction. NR 64. Which muscle type is involuntary and non-striated? A. Skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, C. Smooth muscle, D. Voluntary muscle. Explanation. Smooth muscles are involuntary, non-striated muscles found in walls of internal organs like intestines and blood vessels. They contract automatically without conscious control. 65. The functional unit of a kidney is A. Glomerulus, B. Nephron, C. Loop of Henle, D. Renal capsule. Explanation. The nephron is the microscopic functional unit of the kidney responsible for filtration, reabsorption, and urine formation. Which part of the brain controls respiration? A. Cerebrum, B. Cerebellum, C. Medulla oblongata, D. Pons. Explanation. The medulla oblongata in the brainstem regulates vital functions including breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. 67. The largest organ in the human body is A. Heart, B. Liver, C. Brain, D. Skin. Explanation. The skin is the body's largest organ, covering about 1.5 to 2 meters squares. It provides protection, regulates temperature, and prevents dehydration. 68. The pH of human blood is A. 6.8, B. 6.9, C. 7.0, D. 7.4. Explanation. Normal blood pH is slightly alkaline, 7.35 to 7.45. Any significant deviation affects enzyme activity and can lead to acidosis. B. Purkinje fibers, C. Bundle of His, D. SA node, sinoatrial node. Explanation. The SA node, located in the right atrium, initiates the electrical impulses that regulate the heartbeat. It's called the natural pacemaker of the heart because it determines the rate and rhythm of cardiac contractions. 70. Which chamber of the heart receives oxygenated blood from the lungs? A. Right atrium, B. Right ventricle, C. Left atrium, D. Left ventricle. Explanation. The left atrium receives oxygen-rich blood from the lungs through the pulmonary veins and then pumps it into the left ventricle for systemic circulation. 71. The largest artery in the human body is A. Pulmonary artery, B. Coronary artery, C. Carotid artery, D. Aorta. Explanation. The aorta carries oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the entire body. It is the largest and strongest artery in the circulatory system. SHAR 72. The fluid part of blood is called A. Serum, B. Plasma, C. Lymph, D. Platelet. Explanation. Plasma makes up about 55% of total blood volume. It is a straw-colored liquid that carries nutrients, hormones, and waste materials. Serum is plasma without clotting factors. 70. Normal range of hemoglobin in females is A. 14 to 16 grams per dl, B. 10 to 11 grams per dl, C. D. 12 to 14 grams per dl. Explanation. The normal hemoglobin level in adult females is about 12 to 14 grams per dl, which is slightly lower than in males due to hormonal and physiological differences. 74. Which vitamin is necessary for blood clotting? A. Vitamin A, B. Vitamin C, C. Vitamin K, D. Vitamin D. Explanation. Vitamin K is essential for the synthesis of prothrombin and other clotting factors in the liver, which are necessary for proper blood coagulation. 75. The valve between the left atrium and left ventricle is A. Bicuspid mitral valve, B. Tricuspid valve, C. Pulmonary valve, D. Aortic valve. Explanation. The bicuspid or mitral valve allows blood to flow from the left atrium to the left ventricle and prevents backflow during ventricular contraction. 76. The normal body temperature of a healthy person is A. 35 degrees Celsius, B. 36 degrees Celsius, C. 37 degrees C, 0.65, D. 38 degrees Celsius. Explanation. Normal body temperature is maintained around 37 degrees Celsius, controlled by the hypothalamus. It may vary slightly with environment and activity. Which part of the brain controls body temperature? A. Cerebrum, B. Medulla oblongata, C. Hypothalamus, D. Pons. Explanation. The hypothalamus acts as the body's thermostat. It maintains homeostasis by regulating body temperature, hunger, thirst, and hormone release. And our 78. The smallest bone in the human body is A. Malleus, C. Stape, D. Hyoid. Explanation. The stapes located in the middle ear is the smallest bone in the human body. It transmits sound vibrations from the middle ear. 9. The functional unit of the nervous system is A. Brain, B. Spinal cord, C. Neuron, D. Axon. Explanation. A neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. It transmits electrical impulses between the brain, spinal cord, and body tissues through dendrites and axons. 80. Which part of the brain controls balance and coordination? A. Cerebrum, B. Cerebellum, C. Medulla oblongata, D. Thalamus. Explanation. The cerebellum, located at the back of the brain, maintains posture, balance, and coordination of voluntary muscle movements. Hasher 81. The longest bone in the human body is A. Tibia, B. Humerus, radius, femur. Explanation. The femur, thigh bone, is the longest and strongest bone in the human body. It connects the hip to the knee and supports body weight during movement. Hash 82. The smallest unit of the lung is A. Bronchus, B. Bronchiole, C. Alveolus, D. Trachea. Explanation. Alveoli are tiny air sacs in the lungs where gas exchange occurs. Oxygen diffuses into the blood and carbon dioxide is expelled. 83. The voice box is known as pharynx, larynx, C. Trachea, bronchus. Explanation. The larynx, also called the voice box, contains vocal cords and is responsible for sound production and speech. It also protects the airway during swallowing. 84. The main organ of the circulatory system is A. Heart, brain, C. Lungs, D. Liver. Explanation. The heart is a muscular organ that pumps blood throughout the body, supplying oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products like carbon dioxide. 85. The process of exchange of gases between body and environment is called A. Digestion, B. Excretion, C. Respiration, D. Circulation. Explanation. Respiration involves taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. It includes external respiration in lungs and internal respiration in tissues. Hash 86. Which organ secretes insulin? A. Liver, pancreas, C. Kidney, D. Spleen. Explanation. The pancreas secretes the hormone insulin from its beta cells, islets of Langerhans, which helps regulate blood glucose levels by promoting glucose uptake by cells. Hash 87. The outermost layer of the skin is A. Dermis, B. Hypodermis, C. Epidermis, D. Subcutaneous tissue. Explanation. The epidermis is the outer protective layer of the skin, made mostly of keratinized epithelial cells. It acts as a barrier against microbes and water loss. 88. The main function of red blood cells, RBC, is A. Fight infection, B. Carry oxygen, C. Secrete hormones, D. Transport nutrients. Explanation. Red blood cells contain hemoglobin, which binds oxygen in the lungs and delivers it to tissues throughout the body, ensuring cellular respiration. 89. Which blood cells are responsible for fighting infection? A. Platelets, red blood cells, C. White blood cells, leukocytes, D. Plasma cells. Explanation. White blood cells, WBCs, are the body's defense cells. They protect against infection by destroying bacteria, viruses, and other foreign invaders through processes like phagocytosis and antibody formation. 90. Which blood vessel carries deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart? A. Pulmonary vein, B. Aorta, C. Vena cava, pulmonary artery. Explanation. The superior and inferior vena cava are large veins that carry deoxygenated blood from the body back to the right atrium of the heart. 91. Which organ filters blood and forms urine? A. Liver, kidney, C. Pancreas, D. Spleen. Explanation. The kidneys filter waste products, toxins, and excess water from the blood to form urine. They also regulate electrolyte balance and blood pressure. National 92. The transparent front part of the eye is called A. Retina, B. Iris, C. Lens, D. Cornea. Explanation. The cornea is the clear, dome-shaped front layer of the eye that helps focus light onto the retina. It provides most of the eye's optical power. 93. The photosensitive layer of the eye is A. Cornea, B. Lens, C. Retina, iris. Explanation. The retina contains rods and cones, photoreceptor cells that detect light and color. They convert light into electrical signals sent to the brain through the optic nerve. Nashra 94. Which part of the ear helps maintain body balance? A. Eardrum, B. Cochlea, C. Semicircular canals, D. Auditory nerve. Explanation. The semicircular canals, part of the inner ear, contain fluid and sensory hair cells that detect changes in head position and movement, helping maintain balance. 95. The enzyme that digests starch in saliva is A. Pepsin, B. Amylase, ptyalin, C. Lipase, D. Trypsin. Explanation. Salivary amylase, ptyalin, breaks down starch into maltose in the mouth. It is secreted by salivary glands and acts as the first step in carbohydrate digestion. 96. The digestion of proteins starts in the A. Mouth, B. Stomach, C. Small intestine, D. Large intestine. Explanation. Protein digestion begins in the stomach, where the enzyme pepsin breaks down proteins into smaller peptides under acidic conditions provided by gastric juice, HCl. Nashra 97. The main site of absorption of nutrients is A. Stomach, B. Small intestine, C. Large intestine, D. Esophagus. Explanation. The small intestine, especially the jejunum and ileum, has villi and microvilli that increase the surface area for efficient absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. Nashra 98. The largest gland in the human body is A. Pancreas, B. Liver, C. Thyroid, D. Adrenal gland. Explanation. The liver is the largest gland and plays vital roles in metabolism, detoxification, bile production, and storage of glycogen and vitamins. The thyroid gland is located in the A. Abdomen, neck, C. Thorax, D. Brain. Explanation. The thyroid gland lies in the front of the neck, below the larynx. It produces the hormones thyroxine, T4, and triiodothyronine, T3, which control body metabolism and growth. Nashra 100. Which hormone regulates blood sugar level? A. Adrenaline, B. Thyroxine, C. Insulin, D. Estrogen. Explanation. Insulin, secreted by the beta cells of the pancreas, islets of Langerhans, lowers blood glucose by promoting glucose uptake into cells and stimulating glycogen storage in the liver. Nashra 101. The hormone responsible for fight or flight reaction is A. Thyroxine, B. Adrenaline, epinephrine, C. Insulin, D. Cortisol. Explanation. Adrenaline, produced by the adrenal medulla, prepares the body for emergency situations, increasing heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose levels for quick energy. 102. Which organ is both endocrine and exocrine? A. Thyroid gland, B. Adrenal gland, C. Pancreas, D. Pituitary gland. Explanation. The pancreas functions as both an exocrine gland, secreting digestive enzymes, and an endocrine gland, releasing insulin and glucagon into the bloodstream. Nashra 103. The master gland of the body is A. Thyroid gland, B. Adrenal gland, C. Pituitary gland, D. Pineal gland. Explanation. The pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it secretes hormones that control the activity of other endocrine glands, such as the thyroid, adrenal, and reproductive glands.